What's going on, guys? Welcome to Rants Red Talk, where we discuss the topics that you send through to me on Twitter. And before we get started, we are nearly 5 weeks out to the fight now. Celebrity Contender O2 Arena. You man already know what it is. If you've been following me on Instagram, you've been seeing that the training camp's on the way. The links to the tickets are in the description. And also what I'm going to do, what I've decided to do is once you buy your tickets, send me a screenshot in on Instagram, DM it to me, and then I'm going to be having like open workout sessions so you lot can come down to my new boxing gym that I'm actually running, bruv. So big new project for me there, super exciting stuff. I'm going to leave the Instagram for my boxing gym in the description also, if you could follow that. Just building up the social media, gonna get some pro fighters in there soon, and I've had some exciting meetings, man. So we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff in the community for like the children, and then obviously business wise I've got a few other things lined up. So ticket link will be in the description of this video for the fight, also in my Instagram link, Instagram bio even, and also the Instagram for my boxing gym. If you could follow me on Insta and my boxing gym, where you can see your IGTV question that I'm gonna answer, and just follow my boxing gym to support me. Really don't cost a penny, but every single follower counts when we're trying to build up and get the algorithms going so we can get business cracking. So appreciate you guys, and yeah, let's get straight into your damn questions, because we got some good ones. First one from Soph from the United stand. You lot know we got a couple of the United stand lot in here with some good questions. First of all, Lukaku to Inter and Perisic coming the other way. What are your thoughts? Yeah, that is something that I heard about. I don't think Ollie would be interested, because the one thing that Ollie's got in common, yeah, like all the man we're being linked with, they're all young, innit? They're all young. So, like Perisic, what is he, 30? He doesn't kind of fit the mold of what I feel like Ollie wants. However, I'd take Perisic for Lukaku for one reason only. We don't have any wingers at the club. So Perisic coming in would not weaken us. It would just add another dimension to our game. Is he my first choice winger? Not by any means. Not by any means, man. When we get linked to people like Pepe, Sancho, like Perisic is not in that mold, bruv. He's a workman-like industrial winger. He gets up and down. He's very much a Mourinho kind of player. So for the football that I want to see my team play, I'd rather someone with a bit more flair. He's very efficient. He takes his man down the outside. He comes in and he whips in very good crosses. But who's he crossing to? Rashford. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would make sense to have Perisic if you got Lukaku in the box, personally, for me. So I'd take him, but like, it's not. I wouldn't get excited about that signing, to be honest. It's not very inspiring for me personally. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Next one, Mr. Aaron United, bruv. Another one. Man like Aaron, bruv. The United Stan family again. Thoughts on Dortmund being able to secure 3 players in less than 48 hours, while United are linked with the whole world, but no deal seems to be in place anytime soon. You know what's mad about United? We've always been terrible at negotiating, even before like these managers, even under Ferguson, bruv. We would always know who we were talking to. The newspapers, it's like things just got leaked. We never just signed anyone out of the blue. Things were always leaked, bruv. Like, I don't know what it is in the club where they just can't do business quietly. I think that Ed Woodward coming out and boasting about how much money we have and all our financial shit just being leaked all the time. I've never seen it before. At other clubs, at the end of the season or mid-season, you don't have other clubs coming out saying, yo, this is how many Instagram followers, this is how much profit we've got, this, that, and the other. So because of that, us flaunting our wealth puts us in a position where everyone's going to try to ride us, innit? And I feel like we're just being ridden out here. I believe we will get the targets we want, but we will pay over the odds for them, and we'll have to pay over the odds in wages as well, unfortunately. So I think having Woodward dealing with contracts isn't helping us at all. If we had like a proper football man dealing with it, I think it would solve most of the problems. All of these teams have got directors of football that kind of have links with other clubs, and they kind of just get it done under the table. And I'd love to see us have that in place, but I think it'll be another season or two before that's running efficiently. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys, about the Dortmund. Yeah, they signed, what, 2 wingers, I think? That makes me think that Sancho's leaving. And if Sancho's leaving, he could only be coming to us. So that would be inspiring still. As much as it's only Europa League football, like, if they sell the package right to Sancho, you can still get Jadon in, and you won't have to pay him stupid money either. I think 100k would bag him still. All right, next one. Mark Roberts. The Ligt thoughts. Sell your soul to get him or focus on getting wage structure and internal discipline under control? That's a hard one, bro. It's a very hard one because I do believe there needs to be a wage structure. But saying that, I think that the Ligt is not going to be on more than Paul Pogba if you bring him in. So Pogba's on 250, yeah. Say Pogba's on 250, yeah. Get rid of Sanchez, get rid of Lukaku, and then nobody gets paid more than Paul Pogba. That's fine. You could bring in De Ligt on 200. Even though, for me, at 19 years old, you don't really want to be paying man that. But he looks like one of them once in a generational centre-backs where he's a leader, he's physical, he's not that slow, like he's good on the ball, he's just got a presence. Like, they don't make players like De Ligt every day. So if there's anyone that you should break the bank for, it's him. Do you know what I mean? Because if he was an attacking player, people would be just saying, just pay him the money. Just pay what you need to get. Do you know what I'm saying? If he was like an Mbappe, because he is like the equivalent of Mbappe in the defensive terms, instead of he's solid, he's cool beyond his years. You know what I mean? He's winning stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, he is literally the Mbappe of centre-backs. And if a man tells me that Mbappe is available, you just pay the ting, innit? And that's exactly what PSG did. So I believe that if De Ligt is available, which I know he is, because I told, who did I tell? It was my group chat. I was told under very, very good authority that Manchester United were offered De Ligt like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, or maybe more than that, maybe 3 weeks ago, was offered De Ligt. He's got the same agent as Paul Pogba. And Raiola's offered De Ligt to United. And basically, they've gone back with an improved package to get him. Champions League football was supposed to be the deal breaker, but saying that, we got Pogba without Champions League football and Zlatan, so I still believe these deals can be done. We'll have to pay them a bit more money, but I believe we can still get De Ligt without Champions League football if he buys into the project. If the man can show him that we're going places, there's something solid in place, and yeah, the future's bright, then I think we could still bag him. And if I've got the choice between signing a young De Ligt, a young like leader at the back like that, who could play next to Victor or something like that, I'm taking him, innit? As much as I do want Koulibaly, the money they want for him is criminal, bro. So let me know what you think about the De Ligt situation. Would you go for a Toby or a Maguire? Do you know what I mean? Who might cost, I don't know, they might cost less, they might not, because you know about the English premium. Or would you break the bank for De Ligt? Like, for me, he's a special player and you've just got to pay the money. Next one up, it says D4 Arcade Destruction, Dark Destruction. It says, Longstaff reminds me of Carrick, don't you think? All of our signings can't be Pepe, Sancho, Koulibaly, etc., but Longstaff will be quality. I don't know if he will be quality, but I do agree he reminds me a lot of Michael Carrick without the range of passing. Like, he tries to play with both feet. He's got that kind of, he moves across the ground, he glides across the ground, like he's not quick. Do you know what I mean? He's got that languid kind of style. But what I do like about my midfielders is, me personally, I like my central players to be able to use both feet, innit? I do. Whether you're a centre-back, like LVG was the first one at United that brought in the left-footed centre-back, and he was like, bruv, my left centre-back has to be left-footed because it gives you balance so you can play either way on the pitch. Because right-footed players want to open up and pass to the right all the time. Left-footers want to open up and pass to the left all the time. What we had with a Michael Carrick was the fact that he could pass both ways. Paul Pogba does that too. So, and also Fred does that. So I do believe, like, in terms of build and the way he tries to play, he does remind me a lot of Carrick, just without the range, without, like, he can play along the floor, but he hasn't got the Carrick, like, little looped balls over the top. So I can see what they see in him. I can see it, but for me, if he's going to cost a lot of money, I don't want it. Because I feel like there's more urgent things that we need, and that's starting midfielders. We need man that can kind of play similarly to him, but are ready now. Like Neves would be the guy. He would be the guy, you know what I mean, that you would want. Instead, he hasn't got the physical stature, but he passes, innit? I think we need someone with a passing range that sits deep, and we need someone that's going to get up and down, box to box. Preferably, if they can win the ball, they're tenacious and they can pass, and then one up and down. Like Ndombele gets up and down for me, do you know what I mean? And a Neves or an Ndidi will win the ball, innit? And distribute it. So, for me, for the perfect balance, I would love a passer, and I'd love a box-to-box man. Longstaff, if he's for the future and we're going to buy him, and he's going to be someone that's going to be in the squad along with James, I'm fine with that. But he can't be part of the 5 players that we're getting in and out. Because for me, that's not good business, bruv. Because if we don't strengthen the immediate starting 11, top 4's under threat next season again. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And let me know also if you've seen some of Longstaff. I would definitely recommend having a look at him, because it seems like this interest is serious. I didn't want it to be, but it's kind of looking that way. Next one is, it says LBN_JABL. Muzamilo, I don't know. Do you think that Oli counter-attacking style of play, especially against better opponents, is a result of the quality or lack of quality on the ball and ball retention ability of the current team, or is that the style he might be going for long term? Are you a fan of that? Very good question. I don't know, bruv. I'm going to be real with you, because it doesn't look like Ollie's coaching these men in terms of patterns of play and where to move and that. It looks very much like a Mourinho thing, where when they get the ball, the players are just doing what they want to do. I don't like that, innit? I don't like that at all, bruv. Like, under LVG, at least there was patterns. At least you could see what they were doing in training. Under Ollie, I can't see what they're doing in training. Like, I can see that they're running more, because the mentality is different in terms of pressing. But on the ball, it looks very much the same. It looks very much the same, man. Like, sit off the guys, stay compact, then try to hit them on the break. I just think that we're attacking with a bit more urgency. When we do have better quality of ballers in the team, I believe the ball retention will absolutely improve, because better players can keep the ball better. But I do think in terms of coaching, there's still stuff that Ollie can do to improve it. So if I was to be open, like 100% honest with you, I believe that it's a combination of a lack of quality, but also a lack of coaching, bruv. Because I believe like a Pochettino or a Klopp or a Pep would have us keeping the ball better than that, even with the players that we have. Because there's not a single player in our team that can't pass the ball 5 yards. So if you can pass the ball 5 yards, if there's patterns, you can start to move the ball around. It might not be as great, it might not be as sharp, but there would be something. Because LVG had us keeping the ball better. So let me know what you think, guys. I thought that was a sick question, bruv. Like, I thought that was a very sick question. It shows that you're actually analysing the game, because a lot of people saw that Ollie came in, everyone got gassed. And the reality is, when LVG came out and said that the way Ollie's playing football is not too dissimilar to Jose's in terms of it's defensive, he was spot on. We're just a lot more clinical under Ollie, because we're more positive when we get the ball in terms of attacking wise. We're less scared to make a mistake. We're less scared to try and break the lines with a pass. But actually, the setup is very similar. I don't know if it's because it's the players or because it's the manager. I'd like to say it's a bit of both. But ultimately, in my heart of hearts, I do think it's down to the coaching. Let me know in the comment section, guys. Some fucking good questions. Eric Guerrero at Salsa Plug. Romero promotion. If David Gea leaves, big name signing to replace him? Question mark. No, I'll just keep Romero. I saw Mark tweeted something the other day and said, oh yeah, we need another keeper because Romero is not top 6 in the league. For me, which is nonsense, yeah. But also, I see man are talking about Henderson, and man are like, yeah, Henderson. Henderson ain't better than Romero, fam. Never. Romero is Argentinian fucking international. If man are saying that Romero is not top 6 quality, but neither is Luke Shaw, bruv. Like, he's not a top 6 left back in the league, really. Man can't even get in the England squad, like, if we're realistic. So to say that Romero ain't top 6 quality, but Luke Shaw is, bruv, I don't know where that comes from. You know what I mean? I don't know where that comes from, innit? So for me, For me, outside of Liverpool and Man City's goalkeepers, Romero's up there, bruv. Because for me, fucking Lloris ain't better than Romero. Lloris has made way more mistakes than I've seen Romero make. And yeah, he's played more games, but Lloris looks like a liability to me. Kepa's overrated, extremely overrated. And you got Leno and Czech. Czech's past it. Do you know what I mean? And Leno, do I think Leno's better than Romero? No, I don't. I think Romero's more experienced. I remember in our cup runs, Romero wasn't conceding goals, bruv. I don't think he conceded any goals in the Europa League until the knockout stages. And the same with the League Cup. He was keeping a hella clean sheets and making good saves. So for me, Sergio Romero is good enough to be a number one goalkeeper somewhere, bruv. Even if he's just a number one keeper for one season for us, while we're transitioning over, I'm completely all right with that. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. The next one is Daniel Jr. Dons, and it says, #Rants Red Talk, thoughts on Ashley Young being captain. That is one for the Instagram TV, guys. So make sure you follow at Rants and Bants on Instagram, bruv, and go to the IGTV, and I'll respond to that question there, because you man know how I feel about Trashley already, bruv. At Blessing P, potential Rakitic signing. For me, again with the Perisic thing, it's the same. Like, I don't think he fits the profile of what Oli wants. He's too old, bruv. Like, I think Rakitic is 29 or something. Like, these man, no, he's older than that. I think he's like 31. Like, I'm not in the business of signing these old men, and I don't think Oli is either. If Mourinho was there, I'd say Rakitic is a target, because he's a big fan of Rakitic. But again, these like steady Eddie Serbian brothers, like the likes of the Matthijs, the Rakitics, the fucking Perisic's, all these man and that, bruv. I want something a bit more high tempo, a bit more fluid and that. Like, I'm not really on these ballers no more, to be honest. I want to see United do something different. We're getting linked with like Partey and Ndombele and these guys. I want to see some high tempo, like, do you know what I mean, pressing, moving the ball quickly, dynamic football, bruv. I'm not really on this laboured, pragmatic football no more. Like, I'm fucking sick of it, guys. Let me know what you think about potentially signing Ivan Rakitic. Obviously, if you sign him, he's a good player. I'm not going to be coming out saying, oh, you know what, Rakitic is shit, because he's not. But he's not my cup of tea for the way I want to see my team play. Okay, at Clover_D, do you think Pogba, Martial and De Gea are still on the leaving list, even though they've been caught promoting the new kit? Yes, I do. I really do think that they're on the leaving list, bruv. In all honesty, yeah, them man are not going to take them out, because if certain fans saw that these men were leaving, they might not buy the kit. I think that that's what it is. It's a promotional thing. I think Ed Woodward's a smart man. I think he wants you to buy your Pogba shirt. I think he wants to buy you to buy your Martial shirt and your De Gea shirt. But out of the three of them, I think that David De Gea is leaving. I think Pogba and Martial will still be there. I think De Gea will probably end up at Paris Saint-Germain. That's what I think. I believe that he's already speaking to them, and he's probably already decided how much money he wants, because there's a lot of rumours coming out saying that De Gea has turned down another offer, another contract offer. And if that's the case, he can fuck off, bruv. That's why I want all the Spanish lot out, if I'm honest. Valencia's left, fair enough. Ander Herrera's left. I wouldn't give Mata a new deal, to be honest, and De Gea can fuck off, because I love Dave. Like, he's been a very good servant for the club, but I don't think any player should be holding the club to ransom, bruv. No player. I felt the same way when Rooney done it. And it's one of them ones where literally, if you want to stay, then stay in it. Like, if you want to leave, then leave. It's that simple. It's not going to be, now I'm turning down this contract, turning down that contract. I don't want it, bruv. Because Martial didn't want to sign a contract because he wanted assurances about the manager, which is fair enough because the manager wasn't playing him. But De Gea's first choice goalkeeper, even when he was playing shit, Oli didn't drop him when he should have dropped him. And if Oli had dropped him, he probably would have made top 4, if I'm being completely honest. Do you know what I mean? And it sounds harsh, but that's the reality of it. The points that he lost us at that crucial time would have cost us top 4, bruv. If man would have put Romero in, we would have been okay. So because of that, like, sentiment aside, if he wants to leave, Man are for selling, bruv. Let me know what you think in the comments. @_Simply United. Will you still back Ollie if he recruits players yourself and the fans don't agree with, or will you still give him a chance? Bro, I'll always give Ollie a chance because he's Ollie. But you know me, I keep it all the way 100. I got my eyes on Ollie, bruv, because the whole Ashley Young playing him all season when he was playing shit, the whole Jones Smalling Young situation, there's loads of things he's done that make me question what the fuck's going on, bruv. Why he's choosing the teams he's choosing, etc, etc. There's certain substitutions he's made where I think, is Ollie even watching the same game as us? Like, bruv, don't get it twisted. I'm 100% behind Ollie, but I'm not blinded. Like, I do have my reservations as any human being would, yeah, after some of the shit we've seen. However, I will back him. Even if he signs players I don't rate, as they say, the proof is in the pudding. He can sign players that I don't really want, but then it could work in the way that he wants to play football. You see what I'm saying? So if he doesn't sign the names that I want or the kind of players I want, I will not judge him until I see how they play football and how it's going. But if it starts to go wrong, I will voice my opinion and I'll say, you know what? Like, he's not the guy, bruv. Maybe the job's too big for him. Like, I'm not going to back him blindly. Just like I don't back the club blindly. I don't do anything blindly because I don't believe in that. As much as I love the football club, I'm not willing to not say a bad word about the football club here just because. Like, no. You know what I mean? If you care about something and you feel hard done by it, or you feel like it's not being run a certain way, or you feel like it could be run better, or you're disappointed, you are well within your right to voice that, bruv. Whether you're a match-going fan or not, bruv. If you contribute to the club, whether it's buying merchandise, watching the game, subscribing to Sky Sports, because all these TV money and that these clubs get, yeah, it's because we're watching the games, you know. So even if you don't go to the games, you're still contributing. If you're putting money into this business, because that's how it's being run as a business, you're a customer, ultimately. As much as a fan, you're a customer, innit? And if a customer is not happy with the service that they're getting, they should be allowed to say whatever the fuck they want to say, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? So, with that in mind, if I don't think Ollie's the guy, I'll hold my hands up. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. And the last one here, @Danny Paulson. How much do you think VAR will have an impact on the league positions next season? I think that depends, you know. Because I think a lot of little teams don't get certain decisions against big teams because that's just the way the cookie crumbles. But also, Mo Salah diving all the time and that. If we had VAR, Liverpool don't get that close to winning the league for me. Do you know what I mean? Because they got so many dubious penalties. Man, I've seen offside goals. We've seen all sorts and bad offside goals as well, man. And then, bruv, certain defenders as well. You know what I mean? Like, man like Smalling and that. Them man that love to be pulling people back and doing all these things. Like, we could see a lot more yellows, reds, penalties, all of that. So, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. But I do think we're going to see some... we're going to see some results and we're like, raw. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm all for VAR because at the end of the day, you want to be getting these things right. Because if one wrong decision is between a team staying up and going down, that's a lot of money. And not only do these teams get relegated, but they're losing their best players. Like, it can change the whole forecast of that club for the next 10 years effectively, bruv. So I think that any way where we can improve the game, I think we seriously need to look into it. So I'm all for VAR. Let me know how you feel about VAR and if you think that it's going to affect these clubs. That was your Rants Red Talk. Very, very fucking sick questions, brother. I love you lot, man. Questions are wavy because some of these things I haven't even thought about. So, like, yeah, I'm more than happy to answer these questions. Very fucking sick, man. This is your show. Make sure you add up the socials at Rants and Bants on Twitter and Instagram. Head over to the gram as well for your IGTV. I'm going to answer the Ashley Young question because you, man, know how I feel about Trashly. So, yeah, you won't want to miss that shit.